Friday, December the 2nd. Mark Milam here, your mortgage professional with Highland Mortgage, coming to you with this week's interest rate summary and market update. A good week for interest rates based on inflation, giving some of that back today. The Fed talks about immigration, and then let's get to what's happening with credit reports. Why are those getting more expensive? All right, let's focus on what happened this week. So we got some good news on Wednesday telling us that inflation continues to abate or moderate.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
That was the Fed's favorite measure of inflation, personal consumption expenditures. If we scroll down here and take a look at PCE, came in actually on December the 1st at 0.3 versus 0.5, and the core PCE, which strips out volatile food and energy, came in underneath expectations as well. That was certainly welcome news, but fast forward to Friday here today, and we see we're giving some of those gains back. What's that all about? Well, non-farm payrolls coming in over expectations, meaning we're adding more jobs than we anticipated. We anticipated over the past 30 days we would add 200,000 jobs. We added 263. Unemployment holding steady at 3.7%. But here's the bugaboo. Average hourly earnings month over month doubling expectations. We thought they would increase by 0.3%, came in at 0.6%. That just means more money in more people's pockets to spend on more stuff. That does not help the inflation picture.
More money, more problems.
That's why we're giving back some of the gains that we experienced this week. But on the whole, we are better as we close out this week than we were when we started it. And that's good news. We'll take good news where we can take it. So what's going on with the labor market? The Fed actually talked about this in the middle of the week. And while this is not necessarily the Fed's domain, the Fed does get in here and talk about demand for workers far exceeding the supply of available workers. This text right here is coming directly from the Fed's press release. And they talk about signs of elevated labor market tightness emerged in 2021. We know a big part of this gap was COVID and people retiring early, excess retirements. There's where the Fed says it right there. So these excess retirements might now account for more than 2 million of the 3.5 million shortfall in the labor force, but it does not stop there. The second factor contributing to labor supply shortfall is slower growth in working age population. The combination of the plunge in net immigration and the surge of deaths during the pandemic probably accounts for 1.5 million missing workers. So there you go. We've got a combination platter of early retirements thanks to COVID, as well as deaths associated with COVID and restrictive immigration policies, just not enough bodies to fill these available worker spots. That's why you're seeing average hourly wages go up. That's not good for inflation. That's what the Fed's alluding to. All right, let's shift now to talking about credit reports, because the last thing anybody wants to hear about at this point is that things are getting more expensive, but that's exactly what's happening across the board with credit reports effective January 1 of 2023. As a matter of fact, a lot of lenders are going to see up to a 400% increase in credit reporting thanks to FICO, the Fair Isaac Group. Unfortunately, that's where we're headed. The Community Home Lenders of America, which represent small to medium-sized lenders, are appealing to the Federal Housing Finance Agency and FHA for some relief on these price increases. Where we're really getting into the weeds here and starting to reveal something that's somewhat ugly is that they're talking about some upwards of 50 to 55 preferential lenders are going to get better pricing than everyone else, meaning if you're sending an extraordinarily high amount of business, you're going to get some better pricing on your credit reporting than community lenders, presumably, who are serving their local communities directly. That is not good news for the consumer. That's not good news for the industry. So certainly we're calling upon the Federal Housing Finance Administration as well as FHA to mitigate these cost increases with credit reporting. If I can help you over the weekend, don't hesitate to reach out, mark.milam@highlandmtg.com. Have a good weekend, everybody.